So you can realize we are going, this is the bedrock on the right and the left.
We're descending into the bedrock itself. This was discovered in the 19th century. Local people told Mariette, the archaeologist, that there was an underground tunnel, and so they did an excavation and they found the famous Serapeum.
I want to know. Now what? This
That's exactly what I was saying, that we all should stick together and then we'll give everybody.
Amen. Come this way. Come this way. Come this way.
This was actually like this. 610. That's what I can tell you. That what we see here is not everything.
Instructions and preparing the site, they found the hole leading to another section. So it's like a huge tree shape under the ground. 8, 9, 10.
That's
If
good.
we add 2 more, it will be 12. And that is both layer. So I believe the whole shape was designed and maybe was like we call it the stela in both sides. There is no field flexing the energy right and left.
Now, how many boxes have you?
So 100 tons, 100 grams diesel.
Not in that section, only right here when I discuss this. And then as soon as I got past the column, the arch,
So some of these boxes in the Serapeum, the box itself weighs 70 tons, the lid weighs 30 tons, for a total of 100 tons. We're going to find out from our geologist where the stone itself likely came from. Outside today it's about 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside feels like it's about 70. Beautiful climate control. Okay.
Okay, we're in the Serapeum at Saqqara, one of the most famous sites in the world, just opened since September 2012. And this contains 27 boxes, 33 niches. This is the most magnificent stone box we find here. It is the material, I believe, we'll check with our resident geologist Susan Moore, porphyritic granopyrite. The box being 70 tons, lid being 30 tons, 14 feet high. And the interesting thing is there are inscriptions on this box, so we can check them out. But what do we see? The inscriptions are incredibly crude. Cannot possibly be the same technology from the people who built the box. In fact, it looks like it was a metal chisel, an iron chisel, just tap, tap, tap. And if one follows it along like you're doing, Brian, you can see the man could not even draw a straight line. And the key is, it cannot be identified with any king or anybody because the cartouche is empty. Meaning the priests were setting this up for somebody to pay the money to perhaps be buried in here and never was. So they cannot be dated by the writing. And perfect square corners. This is where Chris Dunn went in with a level bevel to 2/10,000ths of an inch. He put his light on it, no light came through. So we say estimated at least tolerance of 2/10,000ths of an inch, which is not called for today.
And can you compare the surface with the, on this side?
Interesting here though, Brian,
On this side,
we'd
though?
like to point this
Oh,
out too though, because people notice that there's gouges, yet it is polished. So this was original. This is original and originally polished. So not polished with a machine, we now have it, it's polished with an abrasive, liquid abrasive like acids. And we have some residue on the side. So they realized that this wasn't affecting the resonance, so it stayed polished. And perfect square corners. Perfect square corners in a 70-ton box. Writing very crude, and much, much late 30th. Got that okay? Yep. Good boy, Daddy too. Good boy, that's okay. Daddy's in there? Yeah. Great.
How is it in there, Danny?
You tapping, Danny? Yeah. All right. Yeah, see, good. Yeah. Different resonance, each box has
Keep
different
going,
inside.
Hans.
You want me to show you, let me show you the, okay, great. Oh, it's ringing.
So as Stephen was pointing out, the hieroglyphics are incredibly crude, and yet the surface is astonishingly flat and polished. And so it's clearly obvious that whoever did the inscriptions was technically inferior to whoever it was that made the box itself. Again, we're going to ask our geologist where she thinks the stone actually came from to make these 20-plus boxes, but we have to, it's definitely not local. This is an area of limestone. This is like a cyanite or granite or granodiorite.
Cyanide.
Yeah, and this is unique because the pieces of quartz is better.
Okay, so it's cyanide.
Very stark crystal. Cyanide is better. So imagine, let's say if this is not 70 tons, let's say this is 50 tons. And we are down with 50 tons.
For the
opening your mouth.
Go ahead.
We can do the one that is the floor. Hear that.
No, listen.
Listen.
That's good.
That's right.
Because now we don't call it plastic.
Oh, no. Cyanide for
Unfortunately, I met
patches make it cooperative. See the white patches?
a doctor, son of Professor Said, the manager of the Egyptian group.
So as you notice, the resonance inside that box was absolutely astonishing when I was able to hit the resonance tone that the box liked. Also curiously, there are more than 20 of these 100-ton boxes inside this chamber. All of them except one were found with the lid slid as if open. The one that was still supposedly sealed off. They used gunpowder in the 19th century to blow a hole in it to see what was inside, and they found nothing. Now the standard story of the academics is that these were used to bury sacrificial special Apis bulls. However, there's no way the dynastic Egyptians had the technology to be able to quarry the stone, move the stone, shape the stone, and put it into this underground system.
Drum roll, please.
Robot is here.
Watch your step, watch your step. Watch your step.
I got it.
Empty niches. Watch your step. Watch your step. All broken in pieces in here.
If we look over here, here is a false door from granite stone.
Oh yeah, there's some writing.
Yep. And we understand supposed to be. usually from the old area more than any other era. But they existed in all other eras. So if we looked at around the boxes, there is always the two spaces on the sides of the box. Did you this or there? Probably has.
Here's a box!
Oh, no, we found that one.
Right.
That's really good.
It's the largest one.
Hey, it's a bathtub.
Check inside our box. Did you get the chance to get inside one? Yeah, you did? Yeah,
Give me here, thank you.
What's your big one?